All right, ladies, so for these next two examples, I would like you to practice or have some practice at sketching these graphs and working with the sine and cos on your calculator. But what you can do is verify using your graphing calculator. So at least try out a couple points, and then from there, as long as you get those couple points of practice, as long as you're going in the right direction, then you can totally use your graphing calculator. So just to start, so our first question is to sketch the graph of y is equal to cos theta for the domain 0 is less than or equal to theta, which is less than or equal to 3 pi. And I also want you to state the domain and the range. So when you're creating your table values, I'm going up in intervals of pi over 6, and then only go up to 2 pi because you don't need to go past that because we know that it should have the exact same pattern after one period. So I started from 0, work your way up by pi over 6 to 2 pi, and then when you, or I guess in about maybe 5-10 seconds, I'm going to pause the video, and then it'll just kind of blink up and it will all be completed. So try this one on your own. Just try sketching the graph and stating the domain and the range. You can check your work, but I'm going to quickly fill in those values. So pause your video now, and I'm going to do the same as well and fill in my values. Alright, so hopefully you ladies stopped the video, had a chance to plug in those values, and give her a shot. And I apologize, my graph, I use Paint, so you know it's totally fantastic, but I tried. So basically what here I did was, so yeah, start with theta is equal to 0, and you're going to plug that into our wonderful equation, and you should come out with 1. When you put in pi over 6, you should get 0.866. Remember that you should be in radians, not in degrees, so if you ladies had any different values, that might be what happened. And then from there I just kept going until I got to 2 pi, and then from there it literally just repeats, so I'd be going back down into the exact same points. So yeah, so these are the, this is a sketch, or a rough sketch of y is equal to cos theta. I hope that you guys have some better drawing skills, especially since I was using a computer. I tried my best, but it'll be okay. And also, the one thing that I did not here do, but I figured I'd do with you guys, is our domain. So for here, this one was specific, and actually it already gave us what our domain was. So here we were at 0 is less than or equal to theta, which is less than or equal to 3 pi. So our domain, if it was just a general one, then I would say you could just say x is an element of all real numbers, but this one kind of gave you a specific domain to go with. And here your range, I guess we should also here say that theta is also an element of all real numbers. Okay, and so for our range, our top value there was, or I guess our minimum there was -1, is going to be less than or equal to y, which is less than or equal to +1. And that is for y is an element of all real numbers. Okay, so there is our graph of y is equal to cos theta. So let's move on down here. So our next one, here we have y is equal to -4 cos theta, and this is over the same domain. This one, I want you to state your period and amplitude. So the big difference here is that we have this coefficient here out front of the cos, so we have -4 there. So it will change your value slightly, and it'll be interesting to see what happens when you guys graph it. So just like last time, you guys are going to graph it. Try doing a couple on your own, then use your graphing calculator and then sketch it into your notes, okay? So I'm going to pause the video here, and then, well, I guess it won't seem like I paused the video, but you know what I mean. Alright, ladies, so hopefully you had a quick second there to pause your video. So just some keynote points that I found here is that theta is equal to 0, and our y-coordinate was -4. Some other ones, pi over 2 was at 0, pi was at 4, and here's our wonderful graph here. This one I decided that my paint skills were just not the greatest, so there is, I threw one into an online graphing calculator, and so just note that it should only start at your x is equal to 0, and it should only go up to the x is equal to 3 pi, so you shouldn't have this little bit here that's kind of continuing on. So so that is your sketching. Hopefully you guys still got your sketching skills still down pat. And just to answer that last little bit, our amplitude, if you remember, our equation was max minus your min, and that's all divided by 2. So your maximum was 4, your minimum was negative 4. Those subtracted become positive 8 divided by 2, and you get 4. And your period, if you don't want to use your calculator, you can look at your graph and just ask yourself, how long does it take for your graph to repeat? And you notice it starts here and it goes to 2 pi, and so that would be 1 cycle. But you could also use your equation, so you have 2 pi divided by b. In that case it was just 1, so your period is just 2 pi. So if you guys have any questions, hopefully I might be done teaching by now. If not, just hang tight. Try getting a start on your assignment. It should be at the bottom of your page there. And I'll check on you ladies in a bit. Thank you. Oh, and make sure you let me know how this went. You know, it's our first time, guys, so we'll work through it. If there's anything you can suggest for improvement, or if you liked it, please let me know. Thanks.